Hello, everyone. This is Nishant Verma. I am a partner at Avasant, also lead the healthcare and life sciences vertical for the firm. The last 18 to 24 months have been very, very transformative for this industry. And we've seen our clients also change the way they work, change the way they utilize consultants, change the way they utilize service providers and technology partnerships. So today, Sarah and I are here to give you a quick flavor of what are those changes that we've seen, and probably there'll be some takeaways from that for all of us here. Sarah, do you want to very quickly introduce yourself and get us going?
Yep. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Sharbaugh, and I'm a senior consultant here at Avasant, and I'm mainly focused on the healthcare sector. Okay, so to kick it off, as you all probably know, COVID-19 has redefined what is possible in healthcare by revealing that the industry has become too used to being too careful. In quarter one of 2021 alone, $6.7 billion was invested in the digital healthcare sector, and digital health is set to significantly outpace 2020's $14 billion. So, Nishant, in this new world of digital health, how are healthcare companies working to become more consumer-centric and efficient?
I think we've all kind of experienced that change, not just as professionals working in the healthcare space, but also as consumers of healthcare services. Um, Consumer centricity has been quite a mantra going back almost a decade now, and we've been always talking about how to make healthcare more immersive. But the uptake of that and the actual change that was needed to make that happen was kind of slow. And there was a lot of analysis. There's been a lot of technology being developed in that area, but the actual impact was not kind of coming through at the pace that we would typically expect. And part of that is because healthcare is a regulated sector. Risks to change are high. Risk of something going wrong is very high, and that naturally kind of puts the skids on any rapid change. COVID, in a way, kind of forced organizations out of that inertia, and they were forced to adopt change overnight. Um, in our conversations with the clients around optimization, they kind of almost entirely changed from a cost takeout or let's make these operations incrementally more efficient. Let's improve the indicators of some of the process outputs a little bit through tweaking SLAs, etc. That discourse has completely changed to what digital health needs to look like. So, like what you see on the screen right now, just a few dimensions of what all does it contribute to making a client more digital ready. What are the different areas in which investments need to happen, changes need to happen, transformations need to happen. So this is kind of become the vocabulary of conversations now. um, Overwhelmingly, imperatives are there for providers to enable remote care options for most health situations. They need to provide rapid diagnosis, need rapid delivery of therapeutics, given the times we live in. It has also brought in some behavioral changes in the client management. Decision cycles, in our experience have become shorter. We used to sometimes run lengthy POCs for new technologies. Some of those cycle times have cut short. Indeed, some POCs just translated and transformed into real time very quickly, especially around telehealth, etc., as we all saw during COVID. Uh, but overall, I mean, if you were to kind of take a step back, there is more readiness to adopt new technology now. There is more propensity to now work with partners in a wider variety of scenarios. The openness to look at non-traditional service bundles, services plus technology, some implementation with layered maintenance and support of processes uh, has really changed and come along by leaps and bounds over the last about year and a half.
So several digital native healthcare firms like Oscar, Clover, and Livongo have gone public. This points to one thing: traditional healthcare companies have very little time to digitally transform themselves. So, what does rapid digital transformation look like?
Yeah, great question. We keep talking about this, and what does it really look like? Let me talk about it from 2 points of view, right? One is the patient point of view, and then the other one is the healthcare firm's point of view. And a little bit of what you would see in this, value chain picture here kind of defines all of the various points of interaction and the entire chain of processes. And this is where we have started focusing now with our clients, and we talk about transformation and talk about changes to the patient experience. But specifically talking about what does it really mean? So for patients, it means a transformed, significantly better experience with healthcare providers in terms of, for example, faster access to doctors. I mean, it used to take 15, sometimes even 21 days to even get an appointment. These days, through telehealth, I can request for an appointment and get a call back within the hour, and that's a huge change, to customer experience. Cost of interactions have gone down because some of those telehealth interactions are cheaper now for patients. There is more price transparency, and a lot of providers are moving towards that, where they're publishing their rate cards for specific procedures and interactions. From the provider's point of view, what it means is they need to move fast and infuse new technologies, and infuse new related business processes, because now they are providing care in a lot more settings than was the case earlier. It means that they need to partner a lot more for technologies. They cannot home grow stuff. They need to partner a lot more for best-in-class practices, because they don't have time to perfect something and deploy something over a 2 to 3 year time frame. They need to have a faster time to market. They need more capacity, and all of this needs to come through greater partnerships with technology and service providers. And that's the reason we are seeing a lot more action now in this space. We are seeing a lot more engagement with us, and also a lot more engagement and opportunities for service providers.
The pandemic forced rapid change to work from home settings globally, threatening to disrupt operations, data protection challenges with offshore partnerships, etc. Nishant, how can payers create a positive customer experience while still keeping costs down? And what are the problems that they are experiencing right now?
Yeah, so what you just stated in terms of the impact of pandemic would seem like something that would need the healthcare payers to pull back from some of their optimal delivery models and so on. But really speaking, and a lot of and hats off to the service providers here, we did not come across instances of data breaches or any of those disaster scenarios that you would associate from, let's say, work from home, etc., in offshore settings. And I think, in a way, that has brought in a lot of confidence in those offshore delivery models, because the clients see that even through something as disastrous as this pandemic and the disruption it caused, all the service delivery happened and continued to happen quite seamlessly. So I think this, in a way, would pave way for even more rapid adoption of more optimal ways of working, more rapid adoptions of technologies. What we've also seen happen in some instances is, because now there is a risk that there could be future events that could force people to change their physical location of work, clients have started to look more deeply into options to take out as much manual work as possible. So there is a lot more focus and investment into automation technologies, into automation plus AI to remove as much role-based or rule-based work as possible from the mix. And that's another thing that's being used to kind of de-risk. I've not really seen in our experience any client pull back from an optimization that they had already done owing to the risk. Uh, all we've seen is really more adoption of technology, a hunt for better ways of doing things, and of course search for more redundancy. So as future risks come through, there is more robustness in the system to handle those.